Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blows. Good afternoon. This is the last piece of equipment I have in my garage to fix that's unfixed. The only two other things that I have in my arsenal that has yet to be repaired are the two carcasses of crap I have in my backyard buried in ice and slush and snow from the past 4 snowstorms that we've had this year. So far it's been dry for about a week, and I don't anticipate any snow coming anytime soon. I got this weed whacker slash edger with the edger attachment from my friend Mike over at Mike's Lawn Service _ Babylon. He brings me stuff from time to time. As you can see, this is a weed whacker, but it has the edger attachment to it. It looks like it's in pretty good condition. As a matter of fact, if you look at it, other than the fact that it leaks gas from the gas tank, it's in pretty good shape. Hardly used. But when I got it, I was able to pull this out a couple of times, right? And it retracted. But then once you pulled it my third time, it just stuck. It won't go back in again. So it could be a couple of things. It could be the recoil starter, or because the shaft is connected to the long flexible shaft that runs to this area here. You can see here there's quite a lot of rust on this bolt, or this this bolt. So I'm thinking maybe it could be that this was left outside for quite a bit and it rusted. So because it's all rusted, you pulling this, something catches in the shaft because it's all rusted. So what if I first tried removing the attachment of the edger to the trimmer? Maybe this will retract and that it's not the recoil starter at all, rather it's the rusted shaft on the attachment. So I'm going to loosen this thing and try to detach the attachment. Detach the attachment. And it's really hard to even turn. Put some penetrating oil on here from my friends over at Lucas. I know I'm getting oil on my driveway, but it's okay. Oil is okay on the driveway if you don't mind the stains, but over erosion, rain, snow, you can power wash it off, whatever. It's lubrication for your asphalt. Doesn't hurt anything. However, gas will erode the asphalt and make potholes on your driveway, which isn't good. So gas is not that good. Oil is not good, but it's not that bad. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, it's turning to turn already. Just a little bit of lubricant does a lot. It's still hard though, but you could at least turn it without stripping the bolt. Kind of looks easy enough to just push this. There we go. So here's the attachment, and it has like a square shape to it. And it looks like this is okay. Look, I'm turning it with just the tip of my fingers and it's turning, which means it's pretty well lubricated. So that's not it, unfortunately. As you can see from the inside of this, there's like a plus sign shape to it, which that part of it clicks into the shaft. So as you can see, we've taken this apart and it still won't retract, see? So I have a feeling it's not the rust inside. So it looks like we're gonna have to remove this part here just to check out the recoil. Kind of a pain. Requires a torque tool, 4 torques to remove this part out. I get a chance today to use my long Torx bits for my 1/4-inch impact wrench. I got these as a gift from a subscriber, Charles Cribbs. I'm going to be using this for the first time. I believe this fits perfectly. So I've got my Black & Decker 1/4-inch impact. make things a lot easier? That was really easy. Now, how did that go? That's got to go on like that, right? Guess so. So now we got that removed. Still doesn't retract. Look at that. This is moving freely, and this still doesn't retract. So next thing we got to do is remove this part. Also the same torque bolts.
Henry, don't mix up the torque screws.
It's true. The four I just took off before are longer than the ones over here. Now this one looks different from those. No, that's right. Then you have one here that holds the throttle. Remember where the throttle is. Looks like it's right there. Okay, now it looks like I have to remove. Jeez, it's a lot. I hope I remember how to put all this stuff back. When in doubt, just take it all apart. It's not going to come off because this clutch is on here. So then how do you remove it? Do I have to remove the clutch? That's not easy to do. I took this back cover off, and you could see the crankshaft connecting rod up to the piston. And it's dry. Isn't this stuff supposed to be lubricated, you know? I mean, I could see the piston. Isn't that crazy? I'm gonna take some penetrating oil and just, there's a bearing in here and everything. I mean, it's completely dry. Just gonna lubricate it and see if this helps move it around. There's no way I'm getting this all back together again. It's starting to move pretty well. Seems like there's too much compression. Won't let me turn it, so I'm going to remove the spark plug. At the end of the day, I'm going to have this all sprawled out in like 1,000 pieces, and I won't be able to get it back together again. But you know what? That's okay. You know why? It's a Ryobi! It's junk! Spark plug's a little decent. Has some burnt oil on it. And it is wet, a little wet. I think it's just from the oil though. Remember where I put this. So let's see now with the spark plug out, is it easier? No, it isn't. It's still stuck. Problem is I can't get the recoil starter off. I can't get this clutch off. How do you get the clutch off? You know what I mean? So what I found out was there's actually a Torx bolt on the inside of this. How would you ever find that out? just by sticking it in the hole and seeing if it is. Can you believe that? I didn't know that. Now I do. Here's the clutch. Still seized. It's just not right. Not moving anymore. This gas tank has to come off because it's just driving me crazy. It's leaking all over the place. I had to disconnect this thing so that it's not dangling around. I am telling you, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I don't care how long it takes, because I'm curious as to why. So to get this clutch off, right, you have to turn it counterclockwise. But when you turn it, the piston also moves with it. So I took this screwdriver and I just stuck it in between the balancer and the crankshaft, the connecting rod, so that it doesn't move. And I use these channel locks and did that. So now it's loose. And this comes off. I believe it says it says on here, off 3/8 24 thread. Turn it counterclockwise to loosen. Now I got the clutch off, this washer. Now I should be able to take this cover off when the recoil is on. Well, there's your problem right there, fellers. The rope is completely intertwined on the shaft. Look at that. Of course it's not going to work. It was messed up with the pawls. Pawls. P-A-W-L-S. I'm going to straighten this out once and for all. Untangled it. Now let's put everything back together again. So I put it all together again. It wasn't getting any fuel. Turns out that the filter wasn't connected at all inside the gas tank. It was just floating around. So I'm gonna have to get another fuel line to put it in there. Got a new fuel line that I'm pulling through. Gonna take this fuel line off, slip it onto this one, put the fuel filter on this one. It's clear. Just gotta make sure that you can blow and suck through it. Blow and suck through it. Slip this fuel line over the fuel filter. The little spring ring over here so it won't fall off. They fall off anyway. Now connect it onto here. That should do it. New fuel line. I'm gonna put the gas back in here again since I dumped it out. Gonna have some fruit punch. No, it's not fruit punch. It's two-stroke mix. True Fuel. It's pink. Like pink lemonade. Let's try to prime this now. See if it primes. Yep, it's slowly filling up. Give it some time. I just hope I don't have to clean this carburetor. I hate cleaning these carburetors. And it has filled up with fuel, see? Slow to retract though. Alright, so I primed it a few times. It's on. Let's give it a couple of rips. That's it. Tighten this. Now let's see. How about that, huh guys? That's all it was. This thing runs just fine. It's just a recoil rope was wound up into the clutch area, you know, and got caught in the pawls. So you had to take the whole thing apart, unfortunately, just to get to untangle that stuff, you know. But changed the fuel line, untangled the rope to the pawls. Works just fine. That's cool, huh? So I wouldn't have been able to do this job without these extended Torx bits that I got from Charles Cribbs. Well, thanks a lot, Charles, for getting me these things. Otherwise, I don't think I would have gotten this, because some of those things were pretty deep, you know what I mean? Awesome. This thing over here I couldn't figure out. So this was like loose. So I just tightened it, right? So apparently I just tried it. This is like a guide for your curb. So the wheel is on the other side of the curb. This guide holds it there so that you know if this is touching the curb, right? It'll slice the grass right on this line here, you know? So it's like a guide. You could take it off if you want, but I just tried it over there and it seems to work pretty well. So this is my Ryobi Weed Whacker / edger. It's the CS30 Start Plus. Works pretty good. Starts up well and it idles too, you know? throttle it immediately, it kind of bogs down, but I think it's because it's the edger attachment, you have to build momentum, so you do slow. So it's not like a weed whacker where, you know, you want it responsive and everything, right? Or a leaf blower where you want to go, you know, responsiveness. This one, it like builds up momentum, almost like a vac chipper, you know, or a wood chipper, where you pull it and the momentum slowly builds up the speed, and that's what you want for the edger, you know what I mean? I mean, that blade's not going to stop on a dime, you know what I mean? So it throttles up full at top speed, and that's all you need, you know? So I don't think it needs any adjustment, and it idles well, which is unusual for weed trimmers, as you guys know. Sometimes it's difficult for them to stay on idle, you know? Once you power down, it stalls, which is a pain in the butt, you know? So this one seems to work pretty well. So normally these weed whackers, you can get them for $89 or $110, you know, the cheap ones like Hyper Tough. I've actually seen it for $19.99 for a gas one on clearance, the Hyper Tough ones. But you know, Home Light, Ryobi, weed whackers, get them for $89, $99 on sale, you know, whatever, at Home Depot or Lowe's. And you know, the Echoes and the Stills, you're gonna pay a little bit more. I'm sorry, Steel. But this one has the edger attachment on there, so that makes this more valuable, you know. However, I don't have the weed trimmer attachment to it, so basically somebody who needs an edger would have to just buy mine because they can only use it as an edger. So I'm thinking like $150. I mean, you know, I've seen edgers by themselves for, you know, 200, you know. I don't know, maybe 150. I'll try it out. I'll see. But pretty easy fix. It still took me an hour just to figure it all out because I had to take the whole thing apart, you know what I mean? But, you know, this was a first for me. I've never had an edger attachment on a weed whacker before. I've had Ryobi weed whackers before, but this one with the attachment was kind of cool. I mean, I don't really, you know, want one because I just use my weed whacker, turn it to the side and just walk, you know, and I edge my lawn just fine. That's the way I like it. I don't really want to complicate things with this thing, you know, but I know a lot of people do. So I'm definitely not keeping this. I'm going to sell it. But it starts up well, idles. Pretty happy with the fix. That's it for today's episode. Thanks a lot for following me along. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, Boba and I want to thank you for all the support of Mowers and Blowers. If you'd like, make a short video clip like these, and I'll put it as an outro in my future videos.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.